Hey guys. I know it's not Monday, so go ahead and talk about how it isn't Monday, and I'll talk about that at the end of the video. But right now I'm going to talk about C2E2, and if you want to stick around for the end of the video, I'm going to talk about why there wasn't a Mega Monday, and a little raffle I'm going to be doing, kind of a raffle, whatever. So stick around in the end of the video if you want that. But I'm going to talk about C2E2 a little bit. I'm just going to do a casual little review, because I have no editing prowess. So, C2E2. Wonderful things about C2E2. First of all, there were free shuttles running around pretty much the entire city, to the convention center, and that was fucking fantastic. I've been to Anime Expo, and they've done something similar, where they would have shuttles running from certain hotels to the convention center, but, C2E2 had one, there were ones outside each of the major hotels, I believe, and then there was one at, a comic book store, and, I didn't pay attention to all the stuff because, they weren't my stops. But we were able to get on on the shuttle right outside of a comic book store that was just, a block away from the apartment that I was staying at. So that was amazing. We didn't even have to have a badge, and every time that you walked on, there's a box of little comics there, and it was the first issues of, I don't want to say all of the New 52 stuff, but I definitely saw Flash, and Superman, and Aquaman. And I ended up picking up Aquaman, because, I've heard wonderful things about that. So I picked up Aquaman, and I did enjoy it. It gives you something to read while you sit there for 30 minutes, waiting to get to the convention center. But, you can't really complain when it's free, so I'm not going to complain about how long it took for those shuttles to move. No, I'm not going to complain about them. This is me not complaining about it. Okay. But that was fantastic. And then everybody was so nice. I love comic book conventions because people are just excited to be there. I don't know how to, it's so much different from an anime con, atmosphere. And I don't know if it's because there's a lot more adults at comic book, conventions, but it's just so friendly. The staff was amazing, and thank you so much for letting us go into pretty much restricted areas to get photos, because, we were, just being nice, and you were nice, and everything was nice, and thank you so much. We got very good pictures out of it. I love that comic book cons always, at least, well, I guess I've only been to C2E2, but every year C2E2 does a free day for kids on Sundays, and I love that because I love seeing little kids get excited for comic stuff, and I want more little kids to love comics, because I love seeing little kids at comic book conventions because they love seeing me, and I love seeing them, and it's amazing. On Saturday when I was in Robin, my cape was malfunctioning, and it kept on, sliding off. So I, knelt down to get a picture with this, little, I think he was, 5. And then his brother was over here, and he was, 7. And I couldn't even see him because of my mask. But, so I knelt down to get a picture with him, and my cape fell off. And I was like, oh, my cape fell off. Oh, well, we'll just get a picture without it. And his brother goes, no, here you go, Robin. And he picks it up, and he puts it back on me, and he tried to, button it, and then he got all flustered and stopped. And it was the cutest thing I have ever had to encounter in my life. It was the cutest thing. I loved it. And it's really, really hard to, stay anywhere close to in character when little kids are around for me, because they look up at you and they're like, oh my god, you're Robin. And I'm like, that's right, I'm Robin. I'm super intense right now, and not getting ready to wibble because you are the cutest thing in the world. I'm Robin. I'm Robin. I'm a really fierce Robin. Oh god, you're so cute! Stop looking at me like that! So I'm starting to think if maybe I should cosplay, Dick Grayson Robin for a while, because then I can just wibble at kids and it will totally be in character, and yeah. Because, being in character is important. It's actually not. I just really like to do it. I just really like to challenge myself. So, that's another great thing about C2E2. So, if you have children, It's a free day for them. You don't have to worry about buying in the badge for, like, wanting to go in the dealer's room. And, oh my god, the dealer's room is always fantastic. I mean, whew. I mean, comic book stuff everywhere. And, you know, you'll see it at anime cons, like, sparingly. They'll have, like, the sci-fi booths amongst all the anime stuff. And C2E2 is kind of the reverse of that. C2E2 stands for Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo. I, like, brain farted. So that means it accepts all forms of entertainment. So there is a little bit of anime stuff around, and there's a lot of, like, TV stuff. Like, you'll see a lot of Game of Thrones, a lot of Doctor Who, a lot of, like, Sherlock, Star Wars. So it's not all comics, even though a lot of those have, like, comic forms. But you know what I mean when I say this stuff. So there's just nerdy paraphernalia everywhere. So I'm just in heaven. And then when you walk around the artist alley, you'll see, I don't know, people like Joseph Chen walking around, like, selling his stuff in the artist alley. And I'm just like, wait, you mean I can just, like, buy a poster of that? I can have a poster of that, and it's bigger than the cover of the comic that I have. I can have a, oh my god, be still my heart. So obviously I got that, and he signed it for making best wishes. And I had to remove myself from his table very quickly because I did not want to fangirl freak out on him. You know what I mean? Because I get really self-conscious when it comes to people that I, like, admire. But, so yes, C2E2, it's fantastic, and I would definitely recommend it for anyone who enjoys comics. Like, it is probably one of my favorite cons. Yeah, probably. Actually, it's probably my favorite con. Like, I've had better, like, more fun at other cons just because of people that have, my friends that have been there, but it was not due to the con itself. This con, like, in itself, in its full entity, is, whoa, put it up here on a pedestal. Like, it's very, very good, and I can't wait to go back next year. Like, it's one con that I never want to miss. It's a very, very good con. Little personal stuff. So on Thursday, I did, Gil from Ava's Demon, which is a webcomic that's, starting to, I hear that it's starting to gain popularity. I have no idea where the, like, fandom's standing in it, because I'm not, like, in the fandom at all. But I guess it's starting to get really popular, and I'm excited because it's gorgeous. It was supposed to be, our Ava's Demon group only happened because, portal costumes didn't end up working out because of the weather. So we were like, well, let's throw together an easy group, Courtney said. And so Courtney had a character named Maggie, who's like, she's got like a blue t-shirt and like green hair, and like that's the hardest thing about her costume. And then Nina took Ava, who's like, like brownish blonde hair and like a red dress and a scarf and like a red scarf, and ooh, really hard. And then I'm Gil, who has white hair, blue skin, pointed ears, and the most ridiculous looking costume ever. Okay, his costume actually isn't that hard, but finding green shirts and green pants in like that color is just impossible. And but we made it work, and we got some pictures out of it. I don't have any pictures back yet, but I can't wait to get pictures back. And we had like 2 whole people recognize us, actually 3. We were walking to the bus, just me and Courtney, and someone was standing at the bus station, and they were like, "Are you cosplaying from Ava's Demon?" And I was like, oh, was it me? Did I give it away? Because I'm blue? And, yeah. I loved seeing the looks I got while I was walking around Chicago in Gil. People were so confused. So confused. We were walking back, like, at night, we were walking back to Nina and Courtney's apartment, and this like, lady, she just looks at me, and she's walking the opposite direction, and she's very obviously pointed at me. She's like, look at her face! Look at her face! She is blue! She is blue! And so I turn to them, and I just give them like a face, and she freaked out. And it was amazing. And I love freaking people out. So remember, people, if you're seeing someone who's dressed up like weird, don't point and yell that they look weird, because they're gonna do some weird shit at you. And then, so that was Friday. Saturday, We did Batman. So I was in Damien, and that's why the sides of my hair are shaved again, and don't match with the rest of my head. Why did I point that out to you? Probably wouldn't have noticed anyway. But so I had to shave the sides of my head, and then I decided on Sunday I was gonna use my real hair for a costume. Stupid, but So we ran around Batman, which of course was fantastic. We were walking to the shuttle, and me and Courtney saw there was some cops and we were joking around, and we were like, we should say something like, hey, let us know if you need any help. And then we're like, no, that's stupid, we're not going to do that. So we're going to walk by them, they're like, Robbins! We're like, oh, what? And they're like, where were you a few minutes ago? We needed your help. And I was like, I love Chicago police. I was like, well, it's bright outside. We couldn't see the bat signal. I got really nervous because I was really excited that had just happened. I didn't know how to respond. We just kind of kept walking and we laughed. But yeah, and then we were trying to get to the shuttle, and a bunch of people in the park bum rushed us. And they're like, oh my god, can I have your picture? Can I have your picture? Do you have an Instagram? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And they just wanted pictures of us. And it was amazing, but it was really hot. It was really hot that weekend, and I was in 4 layers of leather. Thick leather. But it was really hot. But it was worth it. And then Chicago is the best city for freaking Batman stuff. Because I don't know if you know, but there's a street named Gotham, and that's where they recorded the driving scene for The Dark Knight. When they're underneath and then the bazooka and the everything. I saw that bridge. I didn't get to go down there yet. It's one of my dreams, but it's right there. And so Leonard took us to this alley, and first it was just a normal alley. There was just an alley, and it had trees and shit, and not trees, but grass. And so we took some some cool narrow shots in that, and then we went out, we found a wider alley, took some cool shots, and then I look, and there's this gate, and behind this gate there's a wooden platform with this steel door, and there's this chair, and it's all wooden and broken, and there's black glass and bottles, and I'm like, Leonard, I'm gonna go back there and you're gonna take some pictures. He's like, no, Megan, no. I'm like, yes, Leonard, we're going. I'm gonna go back there, I'm gonna take pictures. He's like, no, what if the Joker comes out? Opens up that door and you get snatched up by the Joker or a hobo. And I'm like, no, Leonard, it's fine. That door has not moved in 40 years. I'm going to go back there and it's going to be fine. So I climb up back there and we take some shots and they look freaking amazing. And I can't wait to get them back because I want to frame them up on my wall. You know what I mean? Because I think this is the first time I've ever been super excited for a shoot because we had a proper location for it, which was alleys and dirty shit. You know what I mean? And Chicago is a nice enough city that I don't feel terrified taking photos in an alley. You know what I mean? Because I lived just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Detroit, and going from Chicago to Detroit, coming back after spending a week in Chicago, and I was like, oh, cities aren't so bad, and I came back to Detroit, and I was like, oh wow, there's a very stark difference here. Oh man, whoo. Just looking through Detroit from the megabus, I was like, oh man, I am not in Chicago anymore. That much is obvious. But it was just fantastic to have a nice shoot. You know what I mean? And it's just everybody is so happy to be there at C2E2. So again, very very good. And on Sunday we had a Doctor Who group. We did a gender bent Doctor Who group. We had 1 through 11, all ladies, and it was great. And it was great. And everything was great. Even though my costume wasn't done. And I didn't like how it looked. But that's okay. Because you can always try again. And if there's anything that I've learned this weekend, it's that you can't rely on anybody. That weekend. Not this weekend. That weekend. Can't rely on people. Don't rely on people ever. They will always disappoint you. But that's okay. Because that's the way the cookie crumbles? Question mark? Anyway. So that was my review for C2E2. I give it 2 big thumbs up. Thumbs up. 10 out of 10. You're fantastic. 10 out of 10 would bang. But, yes. So, now as to why there wasn't Mega Monday. We're in full-blown con mode now, and thus I'm putting Mega Monday on a hiatus, indefinite hiatus, until things get less crazy. I still might do random ones every now and then, but until after Colossal Con, I'm not going to even try because I still have 4 costumes I need to get done in time for Colossal Con, which is like next month. So indefinite hiatus. Ooh. And then raffle time. Today is the last day of voting for the Art of Wix contest, which I am a part of. I entered my weekly costume, and I'm doing a little like thank you to everyone who supported me by if you guys vote for me, take a screenshot of you doing it, and if you already have, just take a screenshot of it said like you've used your last vote, and send it to me either on my fan page or over here on Facebook, and I'm gonna enter your name in for a raffle. And I don't know how many people I'm gonna select to win yet. It depends on how many people will like actually respond. I could do anywhere from like 1 to like 10, and I'm gonna give you guys your choice of prints, and I'm gonna print you guys out a print. You know what I mean? Of any costume that you want, as long as I can get it in a high enough quality to print it out to you guys. And we can talk about that privately if you win. But yes, so I wanted to just give you guys something back for always supporting me when I do these millions of contests. Yes. So that. So that's everything. And I will see you guys around, you know, when things and stuff happen. Bye guys! So I'll see you guys whenever, and if you don't like it, you can suck it up. Bye guys.